All right, and we're live with Left 4 Dead 2, so ChocoMuffin, you can take it away.
All right, cool. Hello, you wonderful people, and welcome on into my run of Left 4 Dead 2 main campaigns with the Jumpman extension enabled. I am joined alongside Lulu Zephyr or Zeph. Say hello.
Hello, everybody. I hope y'all doing good today.
All right, awesome introduction. I actually streamed on Friday and reclaimed a world record on all campaigns legacy, but I'm running main campaigns, which is 5. All campaigns legacy adds up to 13 campaigns except for the last stand, which is the newest one Valve added in the recent update. But of course mine is just the main 5 of Left 4 Dead 2, hence the name of the category posted below me. I think we're good to start. I'm just gonna load on in, and the timer will start once I gain control of my character, and we'll be on our way. To sum up really fast what Jumpman is, it's literally just double jumps. There's nothing else to it except for the fact that we're playing on an older version of the game, which does enable some extra skips and funny moments.
Hey, Whispering Oaks.
Nice truck.
Down this off ramp. Grabbing the bow, John.
Yeah, I'll grab this. If you want to go over the movement mechanic, you can,
Holler back at me,
while I'm
folks.
doing my thing here.
So something you guys will see ChocoMuffin doing here is something in this game and many other Valve games known as B-hopping. It is a movement mechanic that allows you to gain speed and move faster throughout the game. So what you're going to see him doing is he's going to be jumping, and while he's in the air, he will be moving side to side using a mechanic otherwise known as strafing. What this does is allows him to go over the original speed cap that this game has set. So for Left 4 Dead 2, that is 220. And the more you strafe, the more speed you'll
Yes,
gain.
he.
And
Whispering
every time he
Oaks.
lands on the ground, he will jump immediately again in order to maintain the speed that he gains while strafing.
Damn, I can't be all that's left.
I also forgot to turn off my splits, so you'll see the timer go red every once in a while. That just means I'm behind my current personal best. So it's nothing alarming, don't worry. Coming up here, we'll see the first real skip
Holler back at me, folks.
that avoids going inside this building and all that fun jazz.
Y'all here? Get ready. Kill that light.
Hello, Mr. Tank.
So something that you guys will see plenty throughout the run is that this game is pretty much constant RNG. From the pathways in some campaigns, otherwise known as Parish is one that is very prominent, to where zombies such as the common infected spawn. Lots of this game is RNG dependent, and depending on what it is, that can be either useful or it can end up killing the run.
You must be this tall to
Also, right
walk.
here, the game wants you to start in what's called a event or crescendo, which spawns in a heck ton of zombies, and you have to navigate your way through that carousel. But of course,
All right.
we can
Hey,
just jump over all
welcome,
that and
John.
skip it.
Huh? We made it.
So to get us started here, before we get any further, Chaka, how long have you been running Left 4 Dead 2?
I first picked up this game late February, but I really started running, I'd say, mid-March. So it's only been about 6 to 7 months, and in that time I've gotten roughly 570 hours-ish.
It's not bad. And so within that time, you've also gotten quite a few world records, as are seen on the leaderboards, which is actually rather impressive for just being here for only about 7 months.
Yeah,
So
I
everybody
live off
here,
the Jumpman category, so you'll
yeah,
see me there.
everyone in chat,
I do not trust this.
Chaco is known primarily throughout the community as the Jumpman, as he holds many world records and overall is a really great runner.
Okay. We are... Oh, not fine. No, we're fine. Totally. Almost
So
got
this is
ruined by that jockey there.
something that as I just mentioned earlier, the RNG, as you guys just saw there, the common infected, they got bad RNG spawns, which in turn made Choco lose plenty of time. Sometimes they could just spawn in gray areas that you can just run past, or as you saw there, they'll group up and just not get good spawns.
Here we're doing a little thing called Coaster Skip, which is a very big event, the main part of this chapter, and of course, like anything else, just run over everything and completely ignore it. In normal runs, you'd have 3 bots alongside you in every chapter, and you'd set it to expert, kill them, and then back to easy to survive the actual level. But in this category, it just boots them out entirely. So that isn't an issue.
Great thing to know about the differences in categories is the world record for Jumpman mains is only 45-44 by none other than who is more like the #1 runner we have currently, Vogeltech. While the normal mains category is actually the world record 46-26, meaning that this world record is only 1 minute off. So this category is very, very underdone. Like, there is so much more optimization to be had here.
You have to get this gate. All right, this is gonna open the gate and let me have that.
And what you see me in right now is what's known as a god spot, and basically, there's no nav meshing here, which means the zombies have no idea how to get to me, and they just kind of flail their arms looking at me.
To go what off Choco said, there's multiple god spots in the game. Most prominently are used on the finales, which you'll see in a little bit here. Choco will use one. In some of them, like this one especially, most the common expected cannot get to you, but some specialists, such as smokers, for example, will still go to pull you off. So you're not 100% safe, but most of the time, you are pretty much safe from almost everything.
Cool, finale number 1.
Safe house. We got sloppy out there.
Do I have the splits to pause? Oh, I do have it set to pause. That's not very cool. I forgot to change it to real time. That shouldn't matter too much. The loads don't take too long.
So, as everyone is about to see, ChocoMuffin is going to get into something, as we just said, known as a god spot, and this is useful, especially in speedrunning and finales, because usually you'd have to kill one horde, a tank, another horde, and then another tank, which can take like 5 to 10 minutes, but usually with god spots, the finales will be about 3 minutes long, because nor any common infected or tanks can get to you or path, because the nav mesh is not there, so they will just despawn after a set amount of time, which in turn makes the finale go by faster.
And you'd think, even with it being a god spot, that you're safe, but you definitely can die to all specials. Well, not all specials, but these two specifically, the Charger and Jockey. They're just going to kind of sit here. But usually you'll have a Jockey run up here and you'd have to kill him, or a Smoker could pop out and potentially grab me, but we don't die. We never die. Actually don't know where that Jockey is. That scares me. And from here, you can actually see a couple of the zombie spawns and can kill them prematurely to actually speed up the finale just a bit more. There's one at this window. You can have some on behind this fence thing, and behind this wooden plank window. Let me make sure. Okay, cool.
Grenade! Grenade!
There are also two spawns in this little block and this block, which you can actually kill using a Molotov, like I just did with a pretty precise throw. This jockey is making me paranoid. I'm not gonna lie. There's also a skip on the end here known as coin toss, where you stand right where I'm aiming at, right before the helicopter arrives, and you can pre-vote and arrive instantly. It saves about like 20 to 30 seconds, but the timing of the vote you need to make is really precise. See, if I was there, I wouldn't have gotten it, because he's coming over to this side. Hello, tank.
So something that you guys are going to see in a second here is something called the vote cycler, which many, if not all, PC runners have and use. It's something that allows you to immediately vote to switch between any campaign in a set CFG file that you have. So let's say normally you wouldn't have this, you'd have to menu to the vote. Well, instead with this, you can just immediately call the vote and go to any campaign, saving some time.
Now we're on to Parish. Probably my favorite campaign to run on this category and just in general. It's really fun in my opinion. But I know a lot of people don't like it because of Cemetery or the third chapter and the fourth chapter, just because of their fair share of moments. Uh-oh. Oh, never mind. We're good. Not bad.
We got sloppy out there. Where you all at? Where is Cedar? Good question.
Hello, witch.
Where the hell is Cedar?
Goodbye, witch.
I sure like to shoot some of their asses. These ain't zombies.
We did get an adrenaline, so that's pretty good. Where is that hunter? Oh, hi. Okay, we're good.
So something that Chaka right here is doing is, as you can see, he's jumping over the fences utilizing the double jump. Normally what you would have to do is you'd have to run around through this maze-like of fences to get up to this tower. And what you have to do is you have to press a button and wait about 15 to 20 seconds, I believe, for the door to open. So jumping over the fences doesn't cause a horde to spawn, and can save you about a whole 20 seconds instead of running around the whole fence.
That freeway's heading right to our bridge. Let's go. It got sloppy out there. Where you all at? This freeway's gotta hook up. Grenade! Up here.
I do not like that sound. I'm gonna pre-throw that just in case.
Grenade! One of those leaping on your back around.
So this section that Choco just entered is the sewer section, which is why he wanted a gen from the earlier map, because running without without adrenaline is pretty much just run over no matter what.
Watch yourself.
When you are in water, you lose every bit of speed you have, and you are reverted back to speed of 120, maybe less, don't quote me on that. But with adrenaline, you not only keep all the speed that you normally have, which is 220, you also gain the boost that adrenaline gives you, so you're then up to 280 speed.
We did mention pathing RNG. This chapter and this section specifically has 4 routes that you can take, and I believe I got worst RNG, so that's not the greatest thing in the world, but it does lose about 20 seconds over the best,
Yeah,
even with really good hops.
in Cemetery, there is 4 routes, as Choco mentioned, and he actually got second worst, and the difference in timing between them is from the best,
Back at me, folks.
you can save about almost a whole 30 seconds compared to the worst RNG.
Hey, I was betting on the other guys.
Oh yeah, the game does that sometimes. Texture's just gone. Pink and black trees. It's totally natural. You're telling me you don't see pink and black trees?
Holla back at me, folks.
This is probably the most skip-based track. I was gonna say track, but we're not playing a racing game. Map in this entire campaign, or even run, honestly. So these comments are not being nice. There's a lot of invisible barriers, also including the one I just did. There's also these.
Yeah, normally throughout this map, you'd have to run throughout the whole map, and there's an event that you'd have to wait for a float to come across, which there is a few ways to skip, but let's say naturally you're doing the normal way, then that's about a whole 30 seconds you have to wait. So doing this, and using the invisible clips that are set in this game, you can save about, compared to the normal map, about a whole minute on it.
That was some epic shit. Right
Yeah, this
there.
map's really fast. And the most weird looking skip, we have the bridge skip coming up here. Oh, that's unlucky. No adrenaline, just only pipe bombs and Molotovs.
Those sound like soldiers. Somebody talk to them.
Now, the reason I can walk down here and actually, not fall to my death is that the bridge has the preloaded clip for when the bridge lowers when you call the helicopter guy for your escape. So you can just get there right away and skip the tanks from spawning at the end and the big horde. Those zombies still spawn, it's just not a very big one. It's not like you're getting chased by 25 at once. It's more like 6. Ooh, I did get an adrenaline here, though. That's good. No hops. I actually have the IL record, or individual campaign, where you just run at a time instead of 5 like I'm doing in this one, with a 7:10, so that's also really cool.
Where you all at?
That just about does it for Parish, and we will move on to Dead Center next. Cool.
As we head into Parish, Choco, do you have any idea what your PB on this map is, or on this whole campaign?
5 campaigns or just Parish?
Just Dead Center, as we're getting into Dead Center. I
For
know
Dead
you're
Center, I have no idea. I'm gonna be real with you. I haven't ran Jumpman Dead Center in so long. I probably should. I think it's somewhere around like 740, and the world record's like a 726.
Elevators out.
Ooh, that was really close.
I don't think you're supposed to use an elevator when the building's on fire.
You also notice that there's no fire that spawned. If you get to the bottom of the elevator section before you actually take the elevator, then it just disables all fire. Though you can still take a little bit of damage from it. Also, I just realized I could have taken that adrenaline. I might find one later.
Yeah, so as Chaka just mentioned about the adrenaline, for the finale of this campaign, it is very RNG dependent, as you guys will see, and adrenaline is pretty much a complete lifesaver, which we'll explain to you once we get to the
Where you all
end
at?
the end level on this campaign.
Let's go find that mall.
I do hear a tank. That's not fun. Actually, no, we're fine. We can just run right past him. Because he's really slow. Ah! That was... I did not even hear him. Ooh. I'll sneak right by you. That was really scary.
We can jump down onto this truck.
So is this, actually. I'm gonna go ahead and dodge that.
What does that mean? This way. Gun store's just down these stairs.
So this section coming up here that you'll see is the cola section, where you have to run into the store, grab a cola, and bring it out, which, unfortunately, in pretty much any of the categories, we have not really found a skip for it yet. Let's count one such as Rocket Dude, but just for mains and Jumpman mains, there isn't a skip. And usually for this, you're going to want to either have a bio bomb or a Molotov. And that reason is, when you start this event and open the door, multiple hordes will come after you. And if you don't have something, you are going to get stuck, and you will lose lots of time.
That was actually really good. I didn't get hit by a single one. I will take that though. Thank you, Mr. Zombie.
When that man says he's gonna clear a path, he clears a path.
I don't know where that smoker is. Oh,
Just up ahead.
got him. I also just realized I forgot to record demos. Ah, that's fine. This probably won't be a world record anyway.
So to go in a little detail about what Chaka just mentioned with demos, on Speedrun.com, a new rule was recently implemented that if you get a time that is within a certain range of, like, let's say, normally it'd just be 5th place. If you get a top 5 run, you would need to record the demos of the game along with the video and then send them in. But as Chaka just mentioned, he did not get it, so even if he does get world record, unfortunately, it will not count. We've actually already had many runners from multiple categories lose world records just due to forgetting the demos. Because unfortunately, we do not have anything to automatically start yet,
That was
but
pretty
something
good.
is being worked on.
Hello, jockey. I am, yeah, play that a little safe. 'Cause if you get caught by a special infected, your run is basically dead.
Search these rooms.
Hello, witch. Goodbye,
Might be
witch.
something we can use. Everybody,
Considering this game is balanced for 4 people and not 1, you do have to deal with a lot of extra nonsense.
just run. We got to turn off that alarm. Got it. All about. I can still hear it in my head.
The tank
I
spawn?
think the alarm is off.
Sounded like... I could be wrong. It could just be the zombies' loud footsteps.
Watch out, spit!
So usually you don't want to go into this finale without an adrenaline, as I said earlier, you are going to need it. So Chaco's gonna have to check a few spots for adrenaline while also doing the collecting all the gas cans, which
I grabbed
depending
one
on what
from
RNG
earlier.
he gets, yeah,
Oh, wait, no, I didn't. I lied.
Where you
So I
all
will
at?
look for one.
yeah, you're gonna.
Come on,
There's
people, let's get
one
busy.
spot immediately outside of the safe room, just in the bathroom, that you can check, which is one that everyone's gonna want to pray to get. But there's also a couple down throughout the map, but so the skip that Chakra just did saves you from having to go down the elevator, which if you're in the elevator and you
I
go
know one
down,
thing.
it takes about 30 seconds to get to the bottom, and it activates the whole event, which means you're gonna have specials and commons and hordes running at you, and also tank spawns. But with this, you don't have to worry about any of that, minus
I
the
got
few
one.
common infected, and then the stray like 2 or 3 specials that spawn. But when doing this, you also have to make sure to not forget to
Hey,
press the button at the
anyone
end,
out there?
because if you start filling up the cart without
I
pressing
got
it,
it.
it will not end the campaign, so the run and anything else will be immediately invalid.
I got this one. Got it.
I do have to go up and grab another one, because I have 7 right now. You need 8 as a solo, and 13 for co-op, I believe. All 13.
Yeah, if you're doing single player, you need
got one.
8. If you're just doing like normal campaign but solo, then you are still gonna need 13. And then for co-op, you, as Taka said, also do need 13.
Oh, there's no spawn there? Yeah, I'm currently checking all the spawns for gas cans, and I missed 2 of them. Oh, there we go.
I got it.
I think I can start it now.
Let's get this
There should be
Comcast
8.
up.
I hope.
Got it.
Ah, it sucks. No. Oh no. Thank you, jockey. I do have to go. Am I able? What do I have to do for now? Because this has never happened before. Do I just redo the ending of Dead Center and then come back to Swamp Fever?
To be honest, I'm not too sure in this situation.
I think I'm just gonna do that.
Yeah, you should probably just do that. We'll have to find out in the end. It's unfortunate what happened, but I'm not too sure on exactly what you'd have to do in the situation.
Yeah, this run won't be valid anyway because I did not record demos, so
Anyone out there?
we'll just go with the flow. I will reset this to Swamp Fever, and we'll just do this
Alright,
again.
let's go.
That was really unfortunate right at the end. You'll see this timer go red for a little while. This time they spawned here.
I got one. I got it. Ah! This shit'll help. Got it.
Probably should have just played it safe and killed the jockey. That would have been smarter.
I got
Oh,
one.
there are two there. I think that's my 8 right there.
Yeah, as I stated earlier, normally in this event you'd have hordes and a bunch of specials coming at you and the tank, but skipping the elevator causes the hordes not to spawn, but unfortunately 2 to 3 special infected will still spawn, and especially if you get unlucky ones like a jockey or smoker, it's very risky and dangerous. The risk of dying is, as we just witnessed,
I got it.
very high, and unfortunately things happen.
All a part of speedrunning.
I got this one.
It's an instructive moment for the people who haven't seen this game before.
I got one.
I didn't. Come on, get there. I think that's all 8.
Got it. Let's go. Found a gas can. Come on, baby. Come on.
Okay. Perfectly fine. Nothing bad ever happened. Yeah, that never happened. That was first try. We don't talk about it.
Hey.
Here's some more textureless trees for you.
So now we're going into, in my opinion, one of the worst maps for speedrunning, because map 1, you have to wait for a ferry to cross over the water unless you either A, do tank skip, or on the oldest version of the game, version 2000, there is something known as infinite stumble, which I don't think we'll be seeing here today. So we can either hope that we get tank skip, otherwise we will have to wait for the
Anything
ferry to
else in
cross,
position?
and then we'll also have to cross back again, and that's just 2 to 3 minutes of time loss right there.
Oh, sadly no tank. I would have went for it if there was a tank here.
Yeah, unfortunately for map 1 of Swamp, the tank spawning before you go start the boat is very unlikely. It's a very low chance, which honestly ultimately just sucks overall, but
Holla back at me, folks.
Where's this jockey at? might die here because this jockey's gonna be really annoying. Oh, never mind. We got him.
It's on.
A little scary, but we'll be fine.
So while we're waiting for the ferry to cross, I'm gonna ask you a few more questions. Like, compared to the base game, do you prefer category extensions, or do you think the base game is more fun? And why do you run category extensions so much?
Where you all at?
I don't know if Choco heard that or not, or if I missed it, but do you like category extensions better than the base game, Choco?
Thanks, tank. It was a nice little boost.
Stay on the walkways. Quiet, everybody. I hear a bitch. Turn off your light. Grabbing a pipe bomb. Holler back at me, folks.
Hey, Choco, can you hear me?
Yep.
That shit
Okay.
was crazy.
I was making sure. I think Lulu Zephyr asked you a question. I just like I wasn't sure if there was a tech issue or not, so I just popped in real quick.
Oh, if he did, if Seth did ask me, I didn't hear it.
The question I asked was, so do you prefer category extensions over the base game Left 4 Dead 2?
I do. It's a lot easier for me, and it's just more fun in general. Being able to double jump over everything and do a bunch more skips that aren't usually viable. I could have grabbed an adrenaline there.
So one thing to state is that Swamp Fever is also, in my opinion, really not fun for speedrunning because of how much water there is. As I stated earlier in Parish, when Choco entered the sewer, you go way slower in the water, so you're gonna want adrenaline, and unfortunately, almost all of Swamp is made up of water, so you're gonna want to be getting lots of adrenaline to be able to get through it faster.
I do not like the sound of jockey. Oh. That's, nice. He just leaped onto me. This will be a really slow death. Actually, the spitter might help me out. Unlucky.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, as saw on Dead Center 2, and things like this happen during speedrunning. It's very unfortunate. Especially something with this game is with jockeys, their audio's broken, so sometimes you'll just won't hear them coming, which can correlate to deaths caused quite a lot often by jockeys.
Holler back at me, folks. Grabbing a shot. All right. Now I understand why you would jump out of the plane.
I'm gonna grab that auto shotty, but I'll be fine, I'm sure. Okay, can another jock... Okay, these jockeys are making me paranoid.
Hey, anyone out there?
Okay, we're good. Ooh, nice. Good adrenaline spawn.
As per usual, jockeys are being the #1 enemy of speedrunners in this run, something you'll see quite often. Many people do not like jockeys for so many reasons.
Lights on. Safe house. Let's go. Damn, I can't be all that's left. Where you all at? Careful looking for supplies. Show respect. Grabbing a shot. Y'all here? Get ready to toss that bitch. Like grenade! You have to lower the... Get ready to run. I'm hitting it. Hey, anyone out there? Spit coming! Come on, this way.
Yeah, go that way.
All right, touchdown.
Finale number 4 coming on up. This one's the most interesting in terms of the God spot, whereas the other other two were
Hey, anyone
just
out
really
there?
small spots that the developers did not nav mesh. This one, this entire starting area is a God spot. You can just come back out here and just hang out, look for supplies, and then go right back in whenever you feel like it. Free of harm.
What people normally would do to get back to this area during, let's say, a normal mains run is, this is what bots come in handy for. Usually you want to keep at least
There's the
one,
house.
and you're going to want to down them in the safe room, and there's a little area up ahead that is under the stairs, otherwise known as a stuck spot, which, if you enter a stuck spot, within 10 seconds you will warp to the nearest alive survivor, so that would be anyone that's downed in the safe room, therefore allowing you to enter the God spot, which is, as Choco mentioned, the whole area.
Grenade! Where you all at? Anyone out there? Shit. We're at the plantation house.
We're just gonna go right back where we came and hang out for the next 3 minutes.
Grab and puke.
Cool. Yes, V, it is Jumpman. It's your boy, the Jumpman himself. Nope. No journal there. This still shouldn't be a very bad time, considering all of what happened. Nice.
Grabbing a shot. Search these houses.
Might as well just check the other houses for fun.
So basically, when you're in this God spot, as Choco's doing, you're gonna want to check these houses and maybe a few other spots if you have time. And you're mainly gonna want to look for an adrenaline and then either a pipe, especially a pipe, or even a Molotov as a throwable. As when you leave the God spot to go to the boat, there's gonna be common spawning along with specials and a tank. So having some type of throwable will be very helpful.
Yeah, even though you're in this God spot, you're still vulnerable to some specials that sneak on by, like that hunter I just killed.
On.
Yeah, this God spot compared to others is pretty unique since the whole back area is a God spot instead of just one little spot. And that makes it easier for your special infected to just sneak by or end up being in there with you, which can cause you to die if you're not careful.
Doing a jockey and smoker is not fun, considering I have to drop down in a hole blind. We'll live, we'll be fine. I'm sure nothing bad will happen, right? I think that's tank number 2. Wait for him to stop moving. Okay. That's my cue to go.
Heads up! Grabbing a bile jar.
Okay, we should be fine. Okay, he's up here. I can outpace him. It's all good. I'll make sure we're going to the next and final campaign.
Run to the boat.
Finishing it off with Hard Rain. And actually on Swamp Fever, I took the world record about 2 hours ago, actually, using the tank skip. That was first done in a real run by Acids, but he did unfortunately take a death on map 2, which did lose a lot of time.
Yeah, it was unfortunate that we couldn't get a tank spawn, but as I said earlier, tank spawns on Swamp before the ferry starts is very, very uncommon and low chance, which you're usually just not going to end up getting one. And even if you do, there's still a chance that the tank could be dumb, as the AI in this game is not the best, and will just not hit you the correct way.
Less RNG for Adrenaline, please, please, no. Oh, that always happens.
So, as Haga was just saying, bless RNG for Adrenaline, because Hard Rain, along with Swamp, there is a lot of water sections in this campaign.
Anyone out there?
On every single map, you are going to want a lot of Adrenaline, and getting an Adrenaline in that first ambulance is very helpful, because on map 4, when you're going back, you can take that and then just run straight to the safe room. But unfortunately,
There's a safe room
it
up
wasn't
there.
there, so Taco is going to need to hope to find one and save one for map 4.
There's one in the safe room.
Touchdown.
In my personal best, there was actually there was no adrenalines in the ambulance, but there were 4 in the safe room and 2 bile bombs, which is probably the luckiest you can get. I will take a bile bomb for later, though.
Anyone out there?
And like every map, here's another skip. That's also doable on co-op runs, but not on normal solo.
Yeah, on co-op runs, there's actually something known as grenade launcher boost and warps and other things, which can allow you to navigate maps very quickly, and especially on Hard Rain, using the GL boost, using a grenade launcher, I should specify, it allows you to pretty much skip half the map, and then just pretty much be right over here near the elevator. So co-op is actually a really cool category, but
We gotta move.
It unfortunately doesn't get ran that much, which is why I've taken it on myself to claim all of the IL records whenever that happens.
There's the gas station. Through the cane field.
Ah,
Toward the
that's some really
side.
nice speed, though.
Gas inside.
No adrenaline here, but that's fine.
Gas in the safe. All right.
Also, the big fall you saw me take was
We made it.
an event skip in itself. There's an elevator that you're supposed to take down, and that spawns a bunch of zombies. It raises the elevator up and then back down to get onto the bottom floor, but of course we can just jump right past it.
so as Sokka just explained, usually you'd have to go down the elevator, and well, you usually have to call the elevator to come up, which is just a whole 30 seconds of waiting along with hordes. But in Jumpman, you could just jump down from lots of heights, as you also saw in Dead Center in the elevator, and you can prevent yourself to take damage by double jumping immediately as you get to the bottom. In
Oh, and
normal
here's the
mans and ILs, there is a skip you can do here with propane, which if you were to drop the propane or even throw it in midair and shoot it while you're falling, that will cancel the fall, and that will make it so you don't take any damage, and you can skip this whole event.
I didn't realize I was at the top and thought I had to jump again.
We can cross on that tank. Come on. This
I'll
way.
actually also be doing a skip that I found while hunting for this record that I also have by 5 seconds, I think. Might be a bit more. But yeah, it skips going around this entire wall section, and I actually also did it coming here. If I can land it.
Anyone
There
out
we go.
there?
That skips going around the big wall back there.
We can cross here. Safe house. I know we can do better than that.
Ah, the final 2 chapters. We're almost there.
Where you all at? Grabbing a shot.
Let's see if I can save this adrenaline for later.
I remember that porch light. Y'all said we're going the right way. Y'all here? Get ready to blast that bitch. Let's kill that light.
I do hope that there's a bile bomb in the safe room. Hi. That, again with the jockey audio, it just does not work. I almost died there because of it.
Didn't make it.
Yeah, as was mentioned earlier, jockeys in this game are absolutely broken with their audio. They could be behind you or miles away, and you would not be able to tell the difference, which unfortunately gets people killed quite often.
Oh, I did not get a bile bomb, but that'll be okay. It only saves like 5 seconds in the finale. For aisle runs, that's really good, but for mains, it doesn't make that much of a difference.
Tank to the rescue.
Hopefully I don't fall here. Yep, okay, good.
It's on.
So, as explained earlier, Choco is in what is known as a God spot, which makes it so you can go through the finale faster because neither tanks nor common infected can pass you, which causes them to eventually despawn during a set time. Which normally, if you play the finale normally, it'd be anywhere from 5 to like 10 minutes. So this saves plenty of time. A few things while we're waiting, since this is the last campaign. Why don't we go ahead and ask you, what other games do you speedrun, if you do speedrun any at all, Choco?
I believe this is the only game I speedrun, actually.
Is there any
Unfortunately.
games that interest you to get speedrunning?
I have seen a lot of Mario Kart Wii speedruns, and those are really cool. But I don't think I'll run those. They're more fun just to watch and see other people grind for.
Alright, so while we're waiting then, I think I'm going to go ahead and get started with the shoutouts to some of the lovely people in our community, the mods and verifiers for speedrun.com. Some of the mods we have, known as Master, Bill, Eurus Patrick, and Acids, are very helpful. They verify the runs, they make sure everything's up to date, update rules. Actually, Acid was one of the ones who implemented the newest rule for the demos, which makes it way easier to detect if someone is cheating or not, as in the past and even somewhat lately we've had problems with cheaters, so it's actually very, very helpful. We also have verifiers, who are different from mods as they can't make huge updates, but they do verify runs still. We have the one and only Vogotech, who I believe is in chat still. And we also have our absolute tech wizard, Mike. He is all. And these people, they verify all the runs at Speedrun.com. They're amazing people, and if you ever do get interested in Speedrun Left 4 Dead 2, they're the ones you would want to interact with. And they're on Speedrun.com.
Oh, hi, Tank. That smoker's also, okay, he died. Thank God. He could have easily hit me off and just ruined like 4 minutes. But that just about concludes it. That's all 5 campaigns of Left 4 Dead 2 finished. I can actually show the other campaigns as well. This version has the main 13, which I ran not too long ago. Dead Center, Passing, Dark Carnival, Swamp Fever, and the rest of these here, except for the Last Stand, which was again implemented in the most recent update. And I think that just about does it. Thank you to all who have stuck around for this long and watched me suffer through zombie killing and unfortunate audio and all that jazz. Very fun.
Well, thank y'all for doing good with the commentary and stuff. I said at the beginning I had to take my dog out because he was zooming around all over the place, and then I realized I hadn't eaten in forever. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna eat something real quick. Y'all got this. So sorry I wasn't as active as I have been in previous runs.
That's fine.
I was like, I gotta eat some trail mix or something. I'm gonna die.
All right, but that's all from me. Enjoy watching the other runners that are participating in this speedrun marathon as well.
Mm-hmm.
Take care, you guys.
Thank you.